Let's talk some lacrosse on this edition of a No Pulp Webisode with Ian Unsworth. I'm John Eads. Massive game went down over the weekend, I think bigger than the Final Four and all that other college basketball nonsense. Number 3 Virginia goes to number 1 Notre Dame and wins in South Bend, 15-10 the final score. The Cavs now the new number 1 team in the country after previously losing to Maryland. They're back in the spot they've been in all season long. Very impressive stuff by Lars Tiffany and company.
He's a coach that preaches real resilience, and that's what Virginia showed. Came out at Arlotta Stadium and won the first period, 5-1. Through all the conditions, through all the adversity, through all the hype, it was Virginia's steady contributors that delivered again. How about Connor Schellenberger? I mean, the guy only took 5 shots, but he's got 7 total points. And then Xander Dixon ties a career high with 6 goals. He has one of the quickest releases I've seen in college lacrosse, and he can make it happen from all over the field.
6 goals, 8 of those shots going on goal, so extremely efficient. On the other side, the 2 names you see on Notre Dame's side, Pat Cavanaugh, Chris Cavanaugh, they combined for just 6 points. I think that's the padlock stat for this game. You tell anybody that before the game, they're saying that Notre Dame will lose. Those guys run the show for the Fighting Irish. Here's a gander at the top 12 in the Inside Lacrosse rankings. So Virginia, as mentioned, the new number 1 after being the number 1 team for basically the entire season before that. Maryland sits at number 2. Notre Dame slides to 3. Your thoughts?
If you beat number 1, you got to be number 1, right? And
go.
Maryland had a really good game, a really big win against Virginia, but that went to overtime. Virginia had a chance to win it in regulation.
Should have won it.
And there were some crazy saves in the late stages that kept the Terps back in front. I think Virginia has a better resume overall and also will have more chances to build on that in a better conference.
Their offense is just insane, too. You mentioned Schellenberger and Dixon and Cormier. They've got Thomas McConvey as well. Like, they have guys on their team. They have horses in the barn no other team has, and a great defense as well. Just very complimentary lacrosse team.
There are so many different pieces. Don't forget about Petey LaSala, too. That guy wins
the
face-off and stays on the field to score.
We could drop names all day long, but all we have is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. We're coming up on the end of that. You can catch the full show for No Pulp, though, at CitrusTV on YouTube. Not much lacrosse talk in there. We'll get into that, though, later on as the season progresses.